Okay, we're going to be comparing some different ways that dominance and recessive can come together. So far we've been doing regular dominance. We did Punnett squares. I showed you one with Gregor Mendel when he was doing his pea plants. The trait was height. The versions or alleles were tall and short. Tall was dominant. And we represent the recessive one with a lowercase t matching the dominant trait. And we talked about, we took one parent and the other parent, and when you do a Punnett square, you end up with offspring, baby plants, that have one tall, one short, but the tall wins. And the pea plant comes out tall, even though it's secretly holding a short allele for its height. Similarly, we looked at Jack and Jill. Brown was dominant, we represented it with a capital B. Blue is recessive. And in this case, all of their children ended up with brown eyes, even though they are secretly carrying a blue. And brown wins. When you look at that person in the family photo, that person has brown eyes. That is regular dominance. There are cases, though, where it doesn't work quite like that. There's incomplete and co, and I'm going to show you what those are right now. Make sure you get these three colors. You're going to need a red, an orange, and a yellow. We're going to talk about butterflies and their wings. Capital R is going to stand for red wings, and it's going to be dominant. Little r is going to stand for yellow wings. If we went out and looked at the alleles or genotypes of different butterflies, we might find that there are butterflies who have red and red. The wings are red. Another option is that they get yellow and yellow, two recessives. And sometimes an organism gets one of each. When they get one of each, in normal circumstances, regular dominance, the red will win and you won't see yellow at all. So we call that just complete dominance. We are only talking about this situation where sometimes we get some different things that happen because they do have one red and their secret yellow might not be so secret. The other two options are incomplete and codominance, where maybe red doesn't totally win. So in normal, regular, complete dominance, red wins, and all you see is red. Incomplete dominance is when red doesn't win and yellow doesn't win. Instead, they're kind of equal and they mix like paint. What color would their wings be? Orange. Option 3 is called codominance. Very similar to incomplete dominance. Red's not going to win. They both win, but they're not mixing like paint. Instead, you actually see both colors. This is how you get stripy cats and spots on dogs and all sorts of fun stuff. I'm going to give you one more example, and it is going to be of complete dominance and codominance all in the same situation. So here's an example. If you can't fit it, write it on the back. We're going to look at blood type. This is going to be an example of codominance where you actually see both. What are the alleles for blood type? Well, maybe you remember from earlier, humans can have A, O, or B. Those are our choices. But for any one allele, you humans have 2 chromosomes, so you get 2 of these. This happens to sit on chromosome 9. You get a chromosome 9 from your mom, a chromosome 9 from your dad, and you get blood type twice. The trait is the same and in the same location, but you might not get the same version from your parents. Let's take a blood cell. If you have type A, on your little red blood cell, there is a protein and it sticks out. Your body recognizes this as your own if you are type A and your white blood cells do not attack it. If you are type B, you also have a little protein sticking out, but the protein looks a little bit different. If you were to put type B blood in a type A blood body, the immune system would attack this because it would not recognize it as its own because these aren't the right proteins that are naturally supposed to be in your body. Type O, there are no receptors at all. There's no proteins sticking out. By itself, A is dominant. By itself, B is dominant. And O is recessive. So you get 2. Lots of combinations of this. So let's look at your alleles. You get 2 of them. Remember, that's versions. Alleles is another word for versions. You're going to get 2. We'll figure out what blood type you are, and we'll draw it. You might get type A and another type A. One from mom, one from dad. Therefore, you are type A. You might get an A from a parent and O from the other parent. O is recessive. A wins. You are type A. You might get type B from one of your parents and B again. You are type B. Or you might get type B from one parent and O from another parent. O is recessive, B wins, you are still type B. No matter which one you get, you are type B, and your blood cells look like that. Then things get interesting. What if you got an O and an O? Now you're blood type O, and your blood wouldn't have any receptors on it at all. Here is where we get to codominance. What if you get an A from one parent and a B from the other, and they are both dominant? What does your red blood cell look like? You might be able to guess this. Your blood type is AB. You have to say both letters. Your blood cell will have A receptors on it, and it'll also have B receptors on it. This is a great example in the human body of codominance. And it's also paired with regular dominance here and here. So if you have type A, you cannot give your blood to this person or this person. You could give it to this person. If you have type B, you cannot give your blood to this person or this person. You can give it to this person. Their bodies would not recognize this as a problem because their bodies are used to seeing both. If you have type O, there's nothing on here for your immune system to recognize as a problem, so O can give to this, O can give to this, and O can give to this. If you are type AB, you cannot give to O. You cannot give to B because you have extra A's, and you can't give to A because you have extra B's. If you are type O, you are the universal donor. You may give blood to O's or people with A, B, or AB. If you are type AB, you can take blood from everybody and you can pretty much give it to nobody except for the few people on the planet that have AB blood. Type O and type A are the most popular.